Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Again, this is Herminio and I'm glad that you are here again. And today I'll be presenting a topic on research, and this is entitled Writing an Abstract for Your Research Paper. So if you have questions on how to write an abstract of your paper, this is the right presentation for you. So again, shall we continue? So now this lecture comes from, most of it comes from the Writing Center of the University of Wisconsin-Madison, and you can follow the link here on my side. And if you want to see further the details of this presentation, and you can visit the website of the Writing Center, University of Wisconsin-Madison. So thank you for the University of Wisconsin-Madison for writing an article on how to write an abstract. Also, there are a lot of presentations on this site on quoting and paraphrasing, which I have another presentation. I also got it from this site of the Writing Center of the University of Wisconsin. So shall we continue, guys? If you're new to this channel, again, I would like to invite you to like, subscribe, share, and give your amazing comments, and click the notification bell, choose all for you to get updated for our next presentation. So what is an abstract? Abstract is a short summary of your published or unpublished research paper. Usually it is about a paragraph that the length could be from 6 to 7 sentences. Now the number of words is from around 150 to 250, but I'd like to advise you that there are publications, especially if you want to publish your articles in an international journal, renowned journals. There are publications like Taylor and Francis that they will have to demand a maximum of 150 words of an abstract. Others 300, but again, I've learned something that when you try to write your abstract, use the minimum number, or else try to write something around 250 or around 300, you will have problems narrowing it down to the less number of words, especially if it is demanded by a publisher that you want to apply for in publishing your paper. So shall we continue? Now, the purpose of writing an abstract are as follows. Number one, an abstract lets readers get the gist or essence of your paper or article quickly in order to decide whether to read the whole paper. So the abstract is very essential because this is the point where a reader will have to decide whether you will have to read further or stop right there and choose another paper and look another paper online, because there are millions of journal articles written online, published online, and it is not only your papers. If your abstract is not written well, most likely people will leave your paper, they will leave it uncited, and even they do not care reading, because by just looking at the abstract, it did not satisfy their need of a kind of information that they wanted also for the research or for any academic purposes. Next is an abstract prepares readers to follow the detailed information, analysis, and arguments in your full paper. And next is, and the latter, an abstract helps readers remember key points from your papers. If you want to be remembered and again cited, remember these purposes in writing an abstract. Now, the contents of an abstract, make sure that these are the elements that you need to look into when you write an abstract. Number one, the context or the background information for your research. Do not forget to include that in your paper. There are a lot of things you have to include here. It is not just only 1, 2, or 3 things, but you have to look at the list, and you will see that it is not easy coming out a very short paragraph with only 6 to 7 sentences plus 150 words with this list of the things that you need to include in your abstract. Include also the general topic under study, the specific topic of your research, the central question or statement of the problem of your research addresses, what's already known about the question, what previous research has done or shown in the paper, and then you have to look into the main reasons, the exigency, the rationality, the goals for your research paper. Why is it important to address these questions? Are you, for example, examining a new topic, or why is that topic worth examining? Or another question, why are you filling a gap in the previous research? The next is applying new methods to take a fresh look at existing ideas or data, or are you resolving a dispute within a literature in your field? So these are the fundamental questions you need to ask, and then coming up in writing your abstract. Another thing is, does your research and or analytical methods that is included in your research, so what are those those methodologies, and then include also your main findings, results, or arguments. And lastly, do not forget to write the significance or implication of your findings or arguments in your study, because at the last, people also, readers, wants to look into uh, to whom this research are for, who really benefit uh, your study. And this is quite important, because if they will see that they are included of those people who will benefit on your study, probably they will like it and read it further, and even cited your study. Now, when to write your abstract? Number one, although you might be tempted to write your abstract first, because it is right at the very first part of your paper, even before chapter 1, but because it will appear as the very first part of your paper, it's a good idea to wait to write your abstract until after you drafted your full paper, so that you know what you are summarizing. Again, because an abstract is like a summary, the best advice, even in this article that where I get this presentation, is you have to wait till you finish everything of your paper, and that's the time that you'll have to write your abstract, because it serves like, again, the abstract is the gist of the study. It's like the summary of the study. So it's good to write it after you are done writing your paper in full. Next is choosing the verb tenses within your abstract. So again, in the choice of verb tenses, it varies according to the discipline, such as social science or humanities or sciences. It varies accordingly in a discipline. For example, in the social science, now in social sciences, you choose verbs that are present tense when it comes to describing general facts and interpretation that had been made and are currently true, including the prevailing explanation for social phenomenon under study. So that abstract also used the present tense to describe the methods, the findings, the arguments, and the implication of the findings from their new research study. So if you are doing so, if you are writing in the social sciences, make sure you use the present tense in this area. And if you are describing the previous researches, this is now the time you use your past tense. Now, in humanities, it is quite very similar with the social sciences, because again, if you describe the general facts, the interpretation, you use the present tense. Same with the social sciences. When you try to explain the phenomenon, you use the present tense. That the abstract also uses present tense in areas of methods, findings, arguments, and application of the studies from their new research study. However, again, when you try to describe previous researches, you need to use the past tense form of the verbs. Now, in sciences, it uses the past tense to describe what previous research study have done and the research the authors have conducted, and then the methods they have followed and what they have found, the rationale or justification for research, and they use the present tense. Okay. Again, I would like to reread it, that when you try to describe previous studies, similar with or the same with the how you write an abstract for humanities, or similar on how to write abstract for social sciences. Again, in sciences, when you write previous research studies and the researches of the author that the author previously conducted, again, similar as the same with humanities and social sciences, use the past tense form of a verb. However, uh, when you write the rationale justification of the research study, use the present tense. This is about what remains to be done. When you try to explain, discusses what needs to be done, of course, you will use the present tense in this case. And also use the present tense when you introduce your study. Example for this is you use the statement, here we report. Or if you want to explain the significance of the study, use this is the reprogramming provides a scalable cell source for. That could be the statement. So you will say this programming so and so, and then provides a scalable sales source for. Now, this is an example of how we try to use verb tenses in writing our study. So basically, a present tense form of a verb is used um, in any of these disciplines, sciences, social sciences, and humanities. But again, take note that they have the agree with each other, these disciplines, that in coming up with describing previous studies, use, of course, the past tense. Now, here are some examples for what are the things to be included in an abstract, or how you will write abstracts per discipline. Now, for social sciences, this is an example written by Gunalons and Gunalons, Pons, Pilar, and Swartz. Their studies about reporting new findings about the reason for increasing economic homogamy among spouses, and this is the example. Now here you will find there on the very first part, on the first sentence, you'll read the topic and the question or underlying in the research study, and followed by the second and the third question, which is about the previous research and the rationale. And then another one is on the fourth sentence. In the fourth sentence, you will find there the data, the research, analytical methods used in the study. And last part, last two sentences, you'll find there the major findings and the implication and significance of the study. Basically, you try to count the number of sentences in this example of an abstract. For social sciences, you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 sentences. Again, it complies the suggestion that when you write the abstract, at least 6 to 7 sentences. Next is, this is an example for humanities. Now, for humanities, this is about the research analyzing underground pulp fiction publication in Tanzania. This article makes an argument about the cultural significance of those publications by Kalasi, entitled Street Textuality, Socialism, Masculinity, and Urban Belonging in Tanzania's pulp fiction publishing industry. Now, try to see how they write the abstract. So if you try to look into, again, in the first sentence, it introduces the context and the topic under study, followed by the research questions, the argument and the significance, and the previous historical research on the particular topic, and the methods. So again, this is how in the field of humanities an abstract is written. So you see things that are listed on our previous slides about what to include, like context, topic, research questions, significance, the arguments, the methods, are all in these examples. Now, the next and the last is on the sciences. This is about reporting a new method of reprogramming adult mouse fibroblasts into an induced cardiac progenitor cells. This is in the field of, I think, biology, written by Pratik et al. It is found in the Cell Stem Cell, Volume 18, 2016, pages 354, 367, and then by with the title Lineage Programming of Fibroblast into Proliferative Induced Cardiac Progenitor Cells by Defined Factors. Now, look into how they are written. Now, I did not highlight, that is not highlighted in the article, because actually they arrange it accordingly. There are publications that they have guidelines really how to write, but look at this. Still, based on the suggested things to be included in the abstract, you will see here the objective, followed by the methods, the results, and the conclusion. Here they have only actually 4 parts: objectives, method, results, and you have there the conclusion. Again, if you learned something from our presentation, if you want to go more on the study, I attach the link of the article that you want to explore further about this presentation from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. And if you want to know more about our presentation, try to follow our playlist, click and watch everything about research. And I hope you will learn more. And if you like, again, hit the notification bell, choose all for you to get updated for our next videos. Like, share, comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Again, this is Herminio. I'm happy to be with you all, and I hope to present more in the next following day. So keep subscribing and keep following. Thank you. Have a good day and have fun.